Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of The Experience. I'm your host, Nora Yolles Young, and I'm thrilled to have you join me for this live broadcast. Welcome. Gather round. Today's exploration is a profound and empowering journey to the realm of inner healing. We're diving into the concept of reparenting the inner child. Many of us are familiar with the idea of inner child work, a practice that can be found in therapy and counseling within internal family systems, or known as IFS. However, from the perspective as someone deeply engaged in consciousness exploration like me and the hypnotic arts, I learned about this work through what is known as parts work, or just parts. This work is a practice that allows us to explore the infinite aspects of self that comprise who we are. It's an acknowledgement that we are more than singular, single note identities like Nora or Bill or Jack, Shelley. We are intricate beings composed of countless aspects, each with different functions and objectives. From the more universal aspects like the physical body, that could be a part, the mental self, the emotional self, and for some, the spiritual or energetic aspects, to the very unique expressions of our various inner selves, the one who smokes, or the one who is negatively speaking about the self, or the inner critic, the selves that only we can access through our engagement with the deeper levels of our own consciousness. When we get to the deeper layers of our parts, there's not a single person that I've met or worked with that did not have an inner child that felt wronged or abandoned, shamed, or wounded in some way. That's because being human can be rough. And so, even though you're comprised of an infinite number of parts, there are aspects of you that are not working on your behalf. And so, this is my entry point for this show into this type of work because it is so very powerful. And we all have inner children. If we've made it to adulthood, right? We have an inner child and really inner children. And when you consider how close to perfection we are as children, how close we are to the unity consciousness of beyond the veil. And so when we come in, we're so fresh. We come into the human experience and we're so open as little ones. And once we enter the human realm, we start to have experiences that can really wound us. It's just hard here. The body is physically dense. We, even in the womb, experience the density of mom's body, thoughts, emotions, experiences. And unless you're a very, very well-experienced soul, you might not have the skills to navigate how to protect yourself, even starting as early as the womb. And we know that around the second trimester, that is when we start to take on the emotions of mom and the environment around us. And so having the skills on a soul level to navigate that is not something that everybody knows how to do. And so having a practice like parts work is a great way to go back and explore aspects of self that could use a little more love and support. And at the heart of every behavior we don't want in our life is an unmet need. And unless we have an opportunity to acknowledge and address the unmet need, unconscious behaviors can continue playing out in our lives as unconscious patterns, leave us feeling like we're at arm's length from the life and relationships we want. It holds us back. Because what happens is when we're wounded, especially when it's before a time that we could actually consciously recall, these behaviors become written in the programming of your unconscious mind, and it plays out in your behavior. And it's totally blind spots in your behavior. So regardless of your age, we all house within us an inner child. And in truth, we might even have an infinite number of them. And that's okay. What I've learned in my work is when you get into that meditative state and you can access the deeper layers of your consciousness, you have the opportunity to access the aspects of you that are not serving you and dialogue with them in a way that helps you to reclaim what isn't working for you, create new agreements with that child, give it the unconditional love and protection that they deserve and need, perhaps that they never got, and become the one who is the hero of the story. So as we embark on this journey today to support and nurture those inner children who may have experienced wounds, neglect, emotional or physical abandonment, disappointment, these experiences imprint these energetic obstacles and internal programs that hinder us on life's path. And they can lead to resentments, shame, victimhood. And in some case, we may find ourselves fragmented and perpetuating the unhealthy behaviors that create ruptures within our lives. And we can go to therapy all we want, but it's in the deeper recesses of your unconscious mind that the programs of these wounds are written. And then the neurology of your brain, they're wired and fired together. And unless you have a way of underwriting or rewriting, rescripting these programs within your unconscious, they'll continue to play out in your life. And reparenting the inner child is a profound way to reclaim versions of ourselves that have steered the trajectory of our lives in ways that we now know through this work. Make course corrections. It's a process that liberates us from the belief that if we've been wounded, unless the adult who wounded us amends or makes amendment or acknowledges in some way, creates closure for us, that we can't heal. That's not true. You can heal. You can heal through your own deeper change work with your consciousness. So it empowers us to take control and become the unconditionally loving parent who wounded the unconditionally loving parent our wounded inner child needs and deserves. To move forward in life, repairing the wreckage of the past and healing ancestral wounds. This journey is about stepping into the role of the hero of your own story. And by reclaiming your inner child or children as the beloved children that they are, we as a collective can transcend victimhood, opening the gateway to resilience and true empowerment and sovereignty. We become capable of navigating the wounds of limitation and fulfilling our own unmet needs. You have unmet needs that you can meet. And that doesn't mean that other people can't be in your life helping you, but unless we learn how to acknowledge that there is an unmet need and to fulfill it ourselves, we can't even communicate it to those who are ready to step forward to be giving of their time, love, and attention. So buckle up and get ready to embark on a journey of empowerment and discovery. Together, we'll delve into the healing potential of our own inner minds, and in the process, learn to reparent our inner children. This is a step towards becoming the architects of our own destinies. Let the transformation experience begin. So go ahead and get comfortable. Yeah, find a nice place to relax where you can take some time for yourself. Get cozy. And start to bring your awareness from the outside world to the inside world, taking a nice, deep, relaxing breath, really bringing your breath and awareness into the body now. And inviting sensation, awareness of sensation into the body now. Noticing the sensation of your body at rest on the surface that it's resting on, whether it's a chair or bed or yoga mat on the floor. Just really allow yourself to feel all of the points of contact here now. And allowing yourself to let all the thoughts of the day just float away into the background, creating a bubble of protection around you that helps you to keep out any distracting noises in your atmosphere around you so that you can just tune into your inner sounds and sensations. That's it. So gently pivoting your awareness into your body and bringing your awareness through your body, down through the legs, and into the toes, becoming aware of sensation in the toes now, magnifying, amplifying the sensations as you welcome them in of what's happening in the toes. And feel free to wiggle your toes around to get a sense of the sensations going on in your toes. Getting familiar with sensations, perhaps in the big toes. Just feeling sensations there. Allowing the mind to step aside as you just focus on feeling sensation with curiosity and openness. Sensations in the second toes. the third toes, fourth and fifth baby toes. Good. And then bringing your awareness to the soles of the feet. Feeling what you feel. And whether you feel sensation very clearly or subtly or somewhere in between, that is perfect just for you. Just giving yourself permission to feel whatever it is that you feel, letting your imagination embellish here. The analytical mind can stand aside as you just really sink into sensation here. Good. And noticing now the tops of the feet, feeling, noticing. And you may notice sensations happening wherever they're happening and just allowing your awareness to go to them and then come back into connection with my voice. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just allowing yourself to get curious about your own experience of sensation here. Noticing sensation in the ankles. Perhaps taking a moment to thank the ankles for all that they do in a day. Saying hello. Good. And moving into the lower legs, the calves, the shins. Perhaps sensing and feeling clothing or the weight of a blanket against the surface of the skin, or perhaps the sensation of air against the skin of the lower legs. Good. And you can maneuver your awareness down into the musculature of your legs, feeling at a deeper level in the structure of the legs, perhaps down into the density of the bone. Two bones in the lower legs, the tibia and the fibula. Good. And then moving into the knees, such a powerful architectural structure of upper and lower legs, pivoting, hinging, tendons, muscle, bone, nerves. Good. Ligaments. Just feeling, noticing, letting your awareness explore sensation here. And moving into the upper legs. Just feeling where you're guided to feel. Letting yourself roam around in the legs, down into the femurs. Perhaps the muscles. Honoring sensations moving through, getting curious, not needing to change anything for any reason here, just being with what is being experienced here. Good. And then moving right into the attachment point, that hip ball joint into the hips. Just taking a nice deep breath here. And if it feels like something you'd like to do, you can readjust your positioning here for even distribution of both sides of the hip and glutes, and feeling your body, feeling your genitalia, feeling the internal components of your body here in the pelvis, the pelvic bowl. Tuning into sensation here. Becoming aware of all that's moving through. Or if there's a sense of stillness. Tuning into the base of the spine. And perhaps becoming aware of the gentle rhythm of your breath in the lower pelvic area. And just allowing that natural rhythm of your body, breathing itself, soothe you, comfort you, bringing you deeper into awareness of sensation here. Good. And then allowing your awareness to move up into the abdomen, perhaps feeling a little bit stronger rhythm of the rise and fall of the abdomen as you breathe, letting this be soothing, calming, perhaps feeling the sensation of ease and spaciousness warm your belly. And then bringing your awareness to the back of the body, feeling the base of the spine, perhaps the entire length of the spine up until it meets the base of the skull. And just feeling the energy move through the spine now. This powerful, energetic superhighway, just tuning into the sensations here, feeling what you feel, noticing what you notice. Good, breathing in and feeling the muscles along the spine and how they respond to your awareness in the spine. Perhaps tingling, perhaps a feeling of letting go, whatever you notice, just acknowledge in your awareness. Good, and then bringing your awareness to the chest, feeling into the rib cage and the gentle expansion and contraction inside the rib cage, perhaps feeling the sensation of the lungs as they breathe, feeling the sensation of oxygenated air moving through the air sacs in the lungs. And as you breathe in, imagine gathering up all the stale energy in your body and exhaling in slowly and gently in the exhale. Imagine perhaps visually, if that comes easily for you, an energy, a stale energy, just making it up, imagining what that feels like to release stale energy out in the exhale, breathing in. Light, fresh air, what that feels like, perhaps giving it a color and exhaling out. Good. You're just feeling sensations here as you deepen into the experience, letting any mental chatter just float off into the background, or just letting it know that's right, and I'll return to you later. And just please stand aside, brain or thoughts, and just give that aspect of self something to do, perhaps taking notes off into the side, but just respectfully, not in a harsh way or in a judgmental way, just going, that's right. And you're having thoughts, and we can just set those thoughts aside as we tune back into the sensations happening in the body, now moving into the heart space. That beautiful space in the center of the chest, such a powerful access point to deeper consciousness now, just allowing your awareness to move right into this space. Feeling as if the breath is moving not through your mouth, but in through the center of your chest. In and out, directly through the portal of your heart. The access point to all knowing is here. The access point to the unified field of intelligence within and unity consciousness without. It's all access through this still point heart center, the 0 point of your being, the portal into all knowing. And just being with sensation, bringing your awareness at any time there are thoughts that wander, just moving back into the heart space. That's it. And the brain wants to make sense of things, but the heart knows. Good. And just bringing your awareness now into the shoulders, cascading awareness down into the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands. Just feeling sensation here. And you may notice vibration or tingling, temperature. That's all perfect. Moving into the fingers and fingertips. Good. Now sensing the entire hand, arms, and shoulders together as sensation. That's it. Good. And moving your awareness now into your throat and neck. Breathing, feeling, sensing, softening. Good. Awareness. Moving into the jaw. Good. And feeling sensations in the musculature of the face. Sensation being felt at the folds of the ears now. And then inviting sensation and awareness of vibration moving through the ears. And you may notice subtle tones or ringing, and the sound of my voice, all vibrations that you're able to sense and feel. Just letting all the sounds moving through be a part of your sensory experience, not needing to judge it in any way. And perhaps enjoying sound moving through the ears now. Good. Sensation in the eyes and eyelids. Sensation in the forehead and brow. Moving into the scalp. And then just sort of moving soaking your awareness down into the brain and just getting a general sense of sensation in the brain. Just noticing, witnessing, experiencing. Right. Now bringing your awareness to the entire body as sensation. Whole body as sensation. Front, back, from the tips of the toes all the way to the top of the head. And just feeling sensations moving throughout the body now. Feeling your life force energy moving through, not needing to tell a story or make sense of it in any way, just feeling, indulging in the sensations moving through. Good. You may sense your energy expanding now, or coming close in to your body like a second skin, or somewhere in between. And whatever you notice, just allowing it to be exactly the right thing. And then allowing yourself now to deepen into the experience. And with each number I count, just allowing yourself to drift even deeper into the experience. Allowing the spaces between my words bring you even deeper. Letting the silence calm you with 10, 9, sensations becoming more aware, magnified. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, deeper into awareness. Awareness becoming so amplified and magnified too. 1. So spacious. Feeling the body, but feeling your presence and energy expanding even beyond the parameters of your body, aware of so many things simultaneously. Heart open. And then allowing your awareness to take you to a place that feels so safe. A place that feels like it's just for you. And whether you've ever had a safe space in your life or not, you can be safe in the experience of this energy right here and now with me, creating a bubble of energy that creates safety for you in your room where you're at, rest. Or you can go to a place in nature or an imaginary place, wherever you feel like you can be safe and really be yourself with no one watching, but allowing yourself to have in this space a place where you can invite various aspects of yourself as if you are observing and communicating with another individual, but it will be you. So just taking a deep breath in this space, noticing the environment, the light, textures. Noticing how good it feels in this space. Letting your nervous system soften here. There's no right or wrong, good or bad here. There's just being. And so allow yourself now to see, feel, and experience before you in whatever way shows up for you, your pre-adult self. And it's the first thought or image that pops into your awareness, and just allowing yourself now to connect with that late teen, pre-adult self. And just notice how this one shows up. Perhaps it is a memory. Perhaps it's a still image or a moving picture. And whatever you're experiencing, just let that aspect know telepathically that you are aware of it, that you acknowledge it, that you acknowledge them. And then notice how they experience your acknowledgement. Let them know that you are here to be the parent that they never had. And so let them know that you have their back, that you will do whatever it is that they need in order to fulfill their dreams and to feel whole and complete, and that they are worthy of unconditional love, and you will do everything in your power to let them know that you are there, rooting for them every step of the way. You are there to help them. And just notice how they take that information in. And depending on the reaction of this aspect, just let them know that they can just sit here with you in the safe space and experience its splendor. And just let them know that you'll be back with them in a little while. And then take a nice, neutral, deep breath. Going even deeper. And then allow yourself to see, feel, and experience before you your younger teenage self. And just notice how this one shows up for you. Perhaps noticing their body language. Good. And then asking this one, what does it need? What do they need? And waiting for the response. And whatever this one needs, just imagine doing and getting that for this teenager. Taking some time to do that now, imagining doing or getting that for this one. And then let this one know that it can also enjoy your safe space. So allow this one to know that you are here, you have their back, that you love them unconditionally, and you are here to be the parent that they didn't have, to show up in the way that the adults in their life couldn't at the time, and to enjoy exploring the safe space and letting them know that you will be back in a few moments. And then taking a nice deep breath again, going even deeper. Good. And then allowing yourself to see, feel, and experience before you the tween self. And just noticing how this one shows up for you. Getting familiar with this one, observing its body language, and then asking this one, what does she need? What does he need? What do they need? Whatever it is, just allowing yourself now to do or get that for this tween self in whatever way shows up. Taking some time here. And just getting that for the self and just noticing what happens as you provide for that unmet need or unmet needs. And letting this one know that they can stay in this safe space too and explore, perhaps spend time with the other selves, the younger selves. And taking a nice deep breath and allowing yourself to go even deeper into a neutral space now. And allowing yourself to see, feel, and experience before you the an elementary school self. The one who's between 5 and 9. And just notice how this one shows up. Getting to know this one, what it's wearing, noticing the expression on their face. Good. And just letting this one know that you're aware of it, that you acknowledge this one. And asking it, what does it need? What does it need? And then allowing yourself to get this need met in whatever way shows up. Just notice how that unfolds. Good. And then letting this one also know that it can join the others or explore this vast, safe space, that they can be themselves here and that you've got this one's back. And if it feels appropriate at any time to hug any of these aspects, feel free to do that. You are stepping into the parent role here. There's no need to hold back on the love and caring of this younger self. Open your heart to these aspects. And then allow yourself to go into a neutral space, going even deeper now. And allow yourself to see, feel, and experience before you the infant or toddler self. And allowing this one to just arrive in your awareness, getting a sense of how this one is doing, and letting this one know that you are aware of them. And if it feels appropriate, feel free to pick them up and hold them if comforting is what they need. Letting them know that you are here to hold them and give them whatever they need, that you are not going to abandon them. You are going to hold them. You are going to give them exactly what they need. And if there are any emotions coming up at any point, just allowing them to move through, letting the emotions come, letting them move through, letting that catharsis happen. Good. Notice how precious this one is. Notice how precious all of these inner children are, all of these inner aspects. Good. And just noticing what the unmet need of this infant self is. And then allowing yourself to do or get that for this one in whatever way shows up. Good. And then letting this one go play or experience the safe space in an environment that it's safe. Perhaps one of the older inner children can hold the infant self with love, or it can just go play in a fun location somewhere, just letting it be very safe for this one. If it wants to stay on your lap, that is perfectly fine too. And then we're going to go to an even younger aspect, allowing yourself to see, feel, and experience the fetal self, the aspect of self that at any point in time may have been inundated by fear, worry, stress, anything that may have happened in the womb that caused this fetal aspect, this developing baby, to have an unmet need or unmet needs. And just letting this one know that you are here with them and they can stay here in the womb, safe and protected, but just noticing what the unmet need is. And then allowing yourself in whatever way shows up to see, do, get this unmet need met for this little one. And as they're in the womb, sometimes it can be like an energy field of protection around them, or perhaps it can be handing back any emotions that they may be carrying that they inadvertently decided to carry that's not theirs from mom or a life just lived. And so giving this fetal developing self whatever this one needs. Good. And if this one wants to leave that aspect, it's already lived through it. So it doesn't have to stay in utero if it doesn't want to. You can just create an energetic protection so that it can be safe and held still within the amniotic fluid, but also in your safe space, or perhaps carried within your heart. So carrying this one, or it can be in the womb too if it wants to stay there, but bringing all of these aspects now together into the same space and having them all see and connect with one another, and just noticing how they all are experiencing one another at different ages. Just spend a few moments experiencing this now. Just noticing what unfolds here in the safe space. No harm can come to any of you now. Letting these aspects know that if they are ready to integrate, that they can come into the open, safe space of your heart and integrate into your heart if they're ready. But if they're not ready, that's okay. Allow that to be perfect too. And maybe there are aspects that are ready to integrate and some that want to stay in the safe space. Whatever is needed, let them be honored for exactly what they want. And then at any point in the future, you can check in with them as you're going about your day to day, or when you're waking up, or when you're falling asleep at night. You can check in with these inner children and just see how they're doing. And you will notice over time that they will become more and more comfortable integrating. And if they've already integrated, you'll feel the sensation of that integration as a deep transformational healing within. And to whatever extent the integration has happened, just notice how it feels to be in connection with these aspects now. And whatever good feelings that you're having, just breathe that, anchoring that truth and knowing and connection and wonderful feelings into the body, reminding the cells now of this new experience, this new integrated whole self, harmonizing and becoming one now. And feel the experience of oneness happening within your being now. And just allow this process to continue going on in the background. And breathing in a few times to just allow that integration and wholeness to continue. And then starting to shift your awareness now back, journeying back from your safe space, back into the place where your body is at rest. Starting to come back into awareness as you re-enter the physical body, feeling the weight of gravity on your body, feeling the points of contact where you're resting as you awaken more and more. Coming back more and more integrated and whole, feeling so light, feeling so refreshed. Coming back now and just allowing yourself to invite gentle movement into your body as you allow a new timeline of your life to be expressed, letting the old, outdated programs fall away, trusting and knowing that the change work has taken place, the alignments are upon you, and they are here integrating. And you may notice in the days or hours ahead that you may be thirsty or need extra rest, and that is understandable. Just allowing yourself the self-care that you need, allowing yourself to be the mother and father to all of your unmet needs in a way that feels so loving, so honoring, and so very sacred. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And it's pretty new for me to be delivering these guided journeys in this way, and they're not perfect. And that is not the kind of work that I do. I like for you to have the humanity of my experience and in the moment and just being who I am. And so I share that with you. And my goal here is to just really offer you this powerful work that I've been doing for years. And I work with people one-on-one and in groups. And I give talks about what I do in person. And I also train people how to do this work. And we have a training coming up March 7th. And so if you're interested in learning how to do this deep consciousness work, check out soulconnectionhypnosistraining.com and share this with those that you feel might like or benefit. And please subscribe, share, like, all of those fun things. And thank you so much for joining me today on this experience.